There you go. It's up there. You're up there. Okay, we're going to run through this worksheet. You got to make sure we know how to do these. So problem number 1, we have A is equal to P plus 2, and that's an L, correct? And they want us to solve for the P. What should we do? Help me, please.
Minus 2L.
Yeah, I'm going to subtract the 2L from both sides. So remember, we're doing this, minus 2L.
Yes.
No, it's an L.
P equals A
Sorry.
minus 2L.
So P is equal to A minus 2L for an answer. Sweet. Okay, and then problem number 2. We're going to solve for M. How are M and G being held together right now?
Multiplication.
What undoes multiplication?
Divide.
What am I going to divide each side by?
G.
G. Okay, so let's divide both sides by G. That cancels that, so M is equal to W over G. Feeling okay so far? Problem number 3. We have F is equal to MA. We want to solve for A. How are M and A being held together? Multiplication. This is force equals mass times acceleration. It's physics. So I'm going to divide each side by M. So A is equal to F over M. Sweet. Okay. Number 4, we have A is equal to 2L plus W, and we want to solve for W. Okay? A couple ways to approach this problem. I can try and get rid of the parentheses if I wanted to. So if I can distribute. Okay, that might be a good way to approach it. So that's the way I'm going to take care of this so far. And that's going to get the same answer as well. Okay? Does everyone feel okay with that?
Yep.
So again, we're still trying to solve for W, correct? So what should I start? How can I start moving things back and forth?
Subtract 2L.
Subtract the 2L. So that's A minus 2L is equal to 2W. How are 2 and W being held together? Multiplication. What undoes multiplication? Division.
Divide by 2.
So W is equal to A minus 2L all over 2.
Wait, I got 0.5 A minus L.
What'd you get?
Because I divided.
You had 0.5A minus L? I like it. I'll take that.
Okay.
Good one.
Wait,
Yeah,
don't you
that
have
one will
to-
definitely work too.
Do you have to reduce for the answer?
No, not necessarily.
I went A over 2.
But it works if you did. What?
I went A over 2 minus L.
A minus
That's what I got.
A-
over 2
A minus 2 minus
A over 2 minus.
A over 2 and then minus L is not. Yeah, that's good too. A minus 2 over L like this? Like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's totally fine too. Cool. So a couple different ways to represent it. Good job. Okay.
Yay.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah, that is what's up. All right, number 5. We have 2x minus 3y equals 6. We want to solve for y. Help me out, Gentry. Talk to me. Oh, he's got food in his mouth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I got you.
Got me? Go ahead. Yeah. Steven's up.
So would you subtract 2x,
Yeah, buddy.
and so then it would be 6
Okay.
minus 2x.
So hang on, I'll catch up with you real quick. So you got this, 6 minus 2x. I like it.
Okay, then you do divided by 3,
Okay.
and you
And don't forget the negative, okay?
Negative 3 all the way across,
Okay.
and it's y equals 2 negative 2. No, 2 minus 6.
Could be, okay, I see what you're doing. All right, I'm with you. So y equals, we could leave it like this. This is totally fine. So that answer's fine. Other answers we could go with, you could go with negative 2 plus 2 over 3x. We could go 2 over 3x minus 2.
I screwed up on the signs.
Yeah, these are just other options that might work as well for an answer. Because there could be, any of those are totally valid. I'm trying to think, is there any others that might stick out? Probably not, but if you have something, we might be able to do it. All right, number 6. Number 6, volume is equal to pi r squared height. Okay, so,
We don't know how to do this.
okay.
I do.
So, well, how are pi, r squared, and h all being held together?
Multiplication.
Multiplications. Everyone feel okay with me saying that first? Okay? And then we wanted to solve for, what are we solving for? H? Okay? This is the equation for, to find the volume of a cylinder, like a can. Okay? You can't see that. It looks like this for the most part. Let's pretend I'm a really good artist. Okay? Circle on top, and then a cylinder. Okay, so I want to solve for h, and you just told me that pi, r squared, and h are all being held together by multiplication. So if I divide each side by pi r squared, which is the area of a circle,
Yay.
so then I get h is equal to v over pi r squared.
Good job, Leo.
That's it. That's it. Hang on. Shh. Go ahead. H minus. The minus doesn't take place because the pi r squared are being held together by multiplication. You have to do the reciprocal of multiplication. Is that all right? Number 7. A equals x plus y all over 2. We want to solve for y. All right, so x plus y is being divided by 2. So if I wanted to get rid of the 2, what should I do to both sides?
Multiply by 2.
Yeah, go multiply both sides by 2. So 2 times 2. So that gives me 2a over here is equal to x plus y. And then I'm solving for y, so how are y and x being held together? Yeah, addition, so what should I do? Subtract, I like it. So I need to subtract x. So y is equal to 2a minus x. Sweet.
Mr. Squirrel,
Talk to me.
when do you get 2x plus 2y?
2x.
It says you're multiplying by 2.
Oh, because, so this x plus y, we were lazy. We did not put it in parentheses like that. Okay? So this problem, I guess this could have been rewritten to look like this. We could have separated the fraction, and then I could have done, multiply everything by 2 over 1. And that cancels that, and that gives me 2a equals x plus y, which is the same as that, which then you just subtract the x. Is that all right? Number 8. Y minus 2 is equal to 1/2 x plus 4. And we just want to solve for y. There's only one move to do here, isn't there? What should I do to get y by itself? Add 2. Okay? So, this answer right here is totally fine. I think this answer is good right here. But other spots might want you to start reducing things. So if you got to this point, I think you're fine. But someone might have done this. Which I think both those answers are equivalent answers. You know, where did you want to stop? I don't know. It just said to solve for y, which means you're isolating y. So should you go a little bit further? I would say if that was a multiple choice question, I'd have the red answer only. I would not have the blue answer. But on the written portion, if you had either of those answers, I'm going to give you credit for it. Cool?
Cool.
Everyone feel okay about that front page? All right. All right, then 9, 10, and 11 is we're just solving for the variables. So we have a singleton variable. So number 9 over 7 plus 3 equals 11. So So that becomes n over 7. What did I do with the 3? Just talk me through it. Subtract it so I get 8. And then what do I do? Multiply by 7 so you get n equals 56. Okay, number 10. I got 1/4 8y minus 12 plus 3y equals 22. Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to, hang on. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did that. So minus 3, and then times 7 times 7. That's what I did. Okay, number 10, I'm going to distribute here and here first. So 1/4 of 8 is how much?
2.
2. 2y minus, and 1/4 of 12 is how much?
3.
3. And then I have this plus 3y that comes along. What's next?
Combine 2y and 2y.
Yeah, combine those two like terms. So I get 5y minus 3 equals 22. Add 3. Divide by 5. Done.
Yay.
Sweet. Number 11. Number 11. All right. Help.
Distribute the 4 and
I like what you're saying so far. You're off a smidge. Why?
Because he inserted 3 and 2x plus 6.
That as well?
-4.
-4. Cool. So make sure the whole negative goes here and here. So that's 18x minus 12x plus 4 equals, and then right here, same thing. So that's 6x plus 18 minus 14. Is that all right so far? Combine like terms.
Infinite solution.
What is it?
Oh yeah, infinite.
4 is equal to 4. That's true, right? True means it's infinite solution. If it came out to 4 equals a different number, it's no solution. How are we feeling? So remember, that's kind of a little curve. That's something that totally exists, and just if this had been a graphing problem where it was y equals one side and y equals the other side, if we had graphed this, it would have been the exact same line. 2 lines lying on top of each other. Gives you infinite solutions. Number 12. Oh, hang on. We have a. Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Not only did she do that, there was a big error. So this person chose to combine those together first,
Yeah.
and that's where the big no-no took place, correct?
Yep.
So this person chose to just add those. What this person should have chose to do is this. What happened there? Distributed the 5. You do not combine the -3 and the 5 together first. So then we can combine like terms then. This is going to get us a much different answer. I've got 10. And then x equals 2. And then they had come up with 12.5. So just a little tiny error doing that first, that's a huge error. And it happens a lot. And what happens a lot of times when you are making that kind of error, excuse me, it's so hard to go back through and check your work when that error took place originally. Because your mind is that, I want to make this work. I want to make this work. This is how I want it. And you get it ingrained in your head. So please be cautious on these because, so the easiest test in the world to grade is the one that the student leaves completely blank. That's easy to grade, correct? The next easiest to grade is when everyone gets the right answer. You know which one's stink to grade? Is when a student misses a lot of work, and they've shown a lot of work, so I'm trying to figure out where the error's taking place. Sometimes it's weird because if it's a constant error that takes place like that, I can correct it. It's when that error occurs and then on a different day, something else is totally different. So sometimes people are really all over the place. So there's different things. It comes down to remember that PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. However you want to remember the parentheses go first. Oh, I can't add. Now I have to distribute. I distribute. Now I combine like terms. So however you need to remember that, make sure you have that on your mind. Other places that kind of problem makes, a lot of times we'll show you that same type of problem where you forget to distribute if there was a negative prior to the number. Like on the problem before, we had a negative. That's another big spot. So that is worksheet 10. You all feel okay about it? Okay. Make sure your name is on it. And some of you had said you had extra work as well. Make sure your name is on your extra work as well. And go ahead and pass that on forward if you don't mind.
I found the actual. Marked my notes instead of.
Oh, perfect. All right. I thought that was weird. No. I'm glad we were able to correct it. Yep. So not only do I want us to solve for y, I want it in the most simplified form. What do you think? Go ahead.
Well, first you have to distribute.
Okay, I like that. So if you do go ahead and distribute, a lot of people will look at this saying, I just add 4 and we're be done. And you're right, but if I want it the most simplified form, if I distribute here first, 1/2 times x is 1/2 x. 1/2 times -6, excuse me, is -3. Okay? Then, most simplified form, if I still want to solve for y, what do I have to do to both sides? Add in the 4. Okay? And I get y is equal to 1/2 x plus 1. And again, this is the most simplified form, and that's what I want us to start realizing to solve to. Now, yesterday, or on last night's homework, I had said that I would go ahead and accept you just moving 4 over, but then I gave you new instructions saying let's get it to the most simplified form in which we have now gotten it to. Okay? Everyone feel okay about that? Steven's still trying to figure out his genotype. I could have sworn I was XY.
I could have sworn I'm exact. You do number 10.
Okay, that's all I needed.
It has a
That's all I needed.
All right.
Page number.
Fred.
Divide by 2.
Yep, multiply everything by 2. All right, working on. Working on. Moving on. Look, I defended you. Now quit stirring the pot, would you? No, there's not a debate. Hush. Stop. Leave Steven alone because he's just gonna react to you.
That's right, SD.
Yeah, that is so messed up, Roman.
Wasn't that just where we started this conversation?
Basically.
What?
It's all because they said that Stephen was one of their names.
Oh, I was making fun of her name.
That's what
Wasn't that where this conversation started?
she told us to call her Esty.
Yeah, I did call her SD.
I think we should.
Oh my god.
I think we should just say Esther.
I will just say that there are 2 people in this classroom that are real close to finding a new place to be. Got it? You sure? I mean, I don't have to bring this up all the time. I've already had a conversation with you. Okay?
Yeah.
Don't make the 3rd time the charm. The 3rd time's not where you want to be. You're only on the 2nd time. Got it? You don't want to make the 3rd time. 3rd time means mom and dad are sitting here in class next to you. And then if that doesn't work out, that means I eject you from my class. Okay? All right, let's look at that back side.
Wait, that's do number 8.
I like number 8. Let's try number 8. So why don't you guys try that, and I'll
Oh, wait, try that ourselves.
yeah, and let's see if we can move it along. So I'm gonna write it up here. You guys try it by yourself. What do you got?
I have a
Uh-huh.
It's just about, so when you do the distribute,
Uh-huh.
you like distribute a number
Uh-huh.
when it's a fraction.
Uh-huh.
You do like
If it's a fraction,
a number.
I think the best thing to do is really multiply everything by the denominator first. That way you get rid of the fraction. So if it was like 5/7, I'd multiply everything by 7. Or if it's 1/2, multiply everything by 2. That's what I think, but I might be wrong sometimes.
Everything on the other side of it equals something.
Uh-huh, both sides. So where some people might struggle on this problem is it says solve for y. Everyone with me on this conversation?
Yeah.
Now I know that somebody is thinking this, and that's all right. Someone's going to be thinking, well, which y? I got one on each side. Yeah, what we have to do is we have to start moving things over. So we have to move stuff from the right side to the left side, from the left side to the right side is what we have to do. So we try and isolate the variable. So I have this y on both sides that we need to solve for. So I'm not going to have y equals on this side and y equals on this side. I have to start manipulating the equation. Okay? Where do we start? There's all kinds of places. What's the right place? All of them are, as long as we get to the same result. So one spot that might be a good place to start would just be to do this. And I'm doing that on each side of the equal sign. What does it do? On this side, I have this. This becomes 2y plus 5. And then I have 3x. What happened here?
Goes away.
It's gone. Okay? So now we're isolating the variable. We just did one little manipulation. Now, a lot of you might be thinking, was there another place I could have started? Could I have subtracted 2x from both sides? Uh-huh. Could I have subtracted 5 from both sides? Uh-huh. Could I have subtracted 3x from both sides? Yep. Could I have subtracted 11 from both sides? Yep. So why didn't I start there? Because I had to choose some place to start. And I just chose to start with the letter we were trying to solve for. Okay? Other people might have thought a slightly different way to solve it, which is fine, as long as your result comes out. Do I have any like terms on this left side? No? Any like terms on the right side yet? No? Okay, so now we still need to get y by itself. So then I might choose to say, I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides now. So this gives me 2x plus 2y. That's going to cancel this. And then we're going to subtract 2x because you still got to get that y all by itself. So we still want that by itself. So I'm going to go minus 2x. And notice when I'm subtracting things, I'm putting them right underneath that it's like term. 3x minus 2x is just x. And then divide everything by 2. Perfect. So y equals x over 2 is the same thing as half x. How do you want to write it? It's your choice. And then 6 over 2 is 3. Done. All right? Yeah.
So why do you divide everything but not add it?
Where do you want me to add?
Why do you not have to add everything like on that side? You have to divide everything.
Why am I not adding these together?
No, why aren't you
Are you on the blue?
no, okay, so when you are subtracting like 5 from both sides, why don't you have to do it to everything? You have to divide it.
That's a great question. Okay, so let me do this. This might clear this up. So let's go back to this step right here. Okay, watch. Ready? Don't write anything down yet. If I divide by 2 and I divide by 2, so now I just divided both sides. And then I can separate this fraction, x over 2 plus 6 over 2, which gives me, that's the same thing. So I get what you're saying. So technically what I did is if I just divide this whole thing by 2 and then realize that this is a fraction that I could break down, so separate the fraction. separate the fraction. So just pull it apart. So that skill is just this. This is the exact same thing as saying this. All right? And that's what we're doing. So I guess when I say we're going to divide everything by 3, it's really I'm dividing each side by 3, but then I'm skipping a step. And then I'm saying, oh, and I'm breaking the fraction. So that's a great point. I like that. Great question. How do we feel?
Good.
High five your neighbor. High five your neighbor. Not hard though. Don't make him cry. All right. So worksheet 11A, which is page 33 and 34, I believe. Page 33, 34. That is your assignment. We've done a couple of them, so that's good for us. So between, let's see, tomorrow we, let's see, we're in geometry. So we are still rewriting. We'll start a practice test, and then there's going to be also a Schoology at home thing to do. Schoology, you know, but we're not going to pull, not the Chromebooks. You'll have to do it on your own.
Wait, this is tomorrow.
Test is Tuesday is our test. Yeah.
And is this one gonna be like a lot of points?
That's the homework where you have right now?
No, the test.
Yeah, test is worth what, 25%? I think.
I mean, like the
Can't
last
remember.
test, what
Wait.
happened.
Wait,
Like 25% of the semester or just